Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how the producers, the ones using the virtual piano, are going to be playing Iron Man into Soundtrap. Okay, so here I already have your notes labeled and everything. At the first slide in your assignment, there was a link to the YouTube of Iron Man, so you can listen to it. I don't expect that you necessarily know how to read these rhythms, but listening to it, you should be able to figure out what it sounds like. It goes E, F, F, G, G, C, B, C, B, C, G, G, A, A. So I'm going to take this and play this in Soundtrap, okay? So first things first, I want to make sure I can see Soundtrap and this slide at the same time. So I'm going to click the tab and turn it into its own window and make it smaller, okay? Now I'm going to do the same thing with my Soundtrap. Make sure that you click the link, the Soundtrap link in Google Classroom to access the blank one. That way when you update it, it goes right to me. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this window a little bit smaller. I'm showing you this because it's just a really good trick to be able to see both at the same time and work from there, okay? So now we're gonna add new track. And you can choose a guitar sound, you can choose a piano sound, whatever works for you. I'm gonna choose guitar right now because I think that'll sound kind of fun. I'm gonna find a guitar sound that I like. So I click on the picture of the guitar, and I'm just gonna kind of listen and choose one I like. Oh, I think that's gonna be really appropriate. Okay, so I picked that one, the British stack one. I'm gonna turn up the volume just so I have more control of that later. And if you need to remember which notes are which on the virtual keyboard, remember I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel of tutorials on that. But when you click them, it shows you exactly what note you're playing. So when I press this one, you can see the G pop up. You can also type it instead of using your mouse. So if I type B, I get it. If I type N, I get an A, which can be a little confusing, but if you're only working with two notes at a time, that works great. So I'm going to just play little chunks of this at a time when I record. So I'm going to do this first measure, E, F, F, G, G. So first I'm going to practice it, and let's try it. E, F, F, G, G. I'm going to turn down my volume and try that again. E, F, F, G, G. Okay, I'm going to try it again. Okay, I feel like I'm ready to record that. So I'm just gonna record that much because I can always trim at the end and add on later. So I'm gonna press the record button. And stop it there. Now I got a little extra, and this is where I use the trimming tool, click it, and trim it down. And I'll line up the playhead where I want my next part to start. Now I want to play a C, B, C, B. Let's see if I can practice that. Now, you're gonna want the B that's right next to the C. So I'm gonna click the comma button and the M. So I'm using two hands. I'm using both my index fingers to play this. Okay, I feel like I practiced that enough. I'm gonna press record. It's gonna count me off. Oops, I played the wrong notes. How do I get rid of that? I click the button, or I click the track that I just recorded and press the backspace or delete button on my keyboard. And now I try again. So I line up the playhead. Now, did you notice that when I press record that this played back here? That's actually really helpful. That way you know exactly when to come in. So now let's try it again. I press the record button. It'll count me off. Okay, I did that a little bit. And I kind of cut down what I did. Now, you don't have to do little chunks like this. If you can figure it out and do the whole thing without chunking it, that's fantastic, okay? So I'm going to cut it down just to like right where I stopped playing. I'm going to be able to cut that down a little bit better once I make the window bigger again. But I'm going to put the playhead overlapping just a little bit. And now this next part, I'm supposed to play C, C, G, G, A, A. I think I can do that all in one go. So C, G, G, A, S. Practice it a couple times. Okay, I think I'm ready. So I'm going to press record. My playhead is already where it needs to be. Okay, so I honestly started a little late. That's okay. I'll show you how to fix that. So let's listen. So it looks like I failed to listen to this part before, and I kind of messed this part up. So this is where you can fix it. So I'm gonna put my playhead here, click on this, okay, and now I'm going to edit my track by split region. So I put it into two, and I'm gonna delete this one, okay. Now I'm just gonna do that, just redo that one little section, okay. Let's try that. So that's the part where I went CB CB. So I'm gonna press record. Okay, now let's try that. Didn't work again, and that's okay. Trial and error. I'm gonna move this one over a little bit. It looks like what I'm gonna have to do is move the playhead over a little bit and make sure that that's working right. So now let's try one more time, see how that works. Wait a second. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now I can trim it down and just kind of drag it over, okay? So if you notice, I went through all these different steps, mistakes are okay, and you do the best you can. So I'm just trimming this down and dragging it over. It's not gonna sound perfect in this. This is not a real instrument. I'm not looking for perfect. I'm looking to see that, you're getting familiar with the technology. You're getting familiar with reading the notes. You're getting familiar with where the notes are on the keyboard. That's all I'm looking for, okay? And if it sounds recognizable, I'm happy. So let's listen to what I got so far. I'm going to cheat a little and use a little bit more of my trimming tool. I'm going to trim down this end and trim down this side a little bit. And now I'm going to line them up again. So now there's not such a big gap. It sounds a little bit more musical. You don't have to get as nitpicky as I am. But that's your choice. So let's see if I can put these together here a little bit more like that. Nope, that overlapped and didn't work great. And that's totally fine. I can do Command Z or Control Z to fix that. Let's see if that plays better. There we go. I'm a professional musician, and even that's not perfect. Okay, I'm gonna press save, and you're done. If you clicked the link in Google Classroom to save it and send it to me, then I'm automatically going to get a notification. But if you started your own project, you're gonna have to go to File and then Share Project, and you're gonna have to put in my email here. So email me with any questions you have, and let me know how I can help.